You know, it really wouldn't take a lot to get me invested in this season, to get me both worried for almost every character, and simultaneously not the lead. But when we've seen that the Dest cannot even rest in peace, are we going to have some more emotional strings be pulled? Who's going to be shoved inside those coffins? And how long is it going to be before Accelerator really takes action? But the main question, did he enjoy those little frog cookies? Okay, just starting off with the wind blowing through their hair. Getting a little more of an understanding of the character. Chained up, forced to do things against their will. Manipulating and abusing corpses. You know, if they really wanted to be stealthy, they would have stopped a little bit further away. To be back here. He'll make his own way in, where it seems more expedient. Wow. Long range. It's not just him that was melted, it was the entire cabin of the truck. What about the roof of the warehouse? Kyunki? Is that another corpse-controlled calamity? Like I said, this compared to other seasons of Tuaru, the whole focus and tone of this one really fits with the whole dark side of Academy City that they've been spouting off for a while. And we've seen so many things, but when the focus is Accelerator, you can tell it's going to be just a little bit further. Already going into a state of trauma. I'm guessing this is remotely controlled, not going to be one to put themselves in danger. So, not. And how did you collect all of these bodies? She was, what, trying to maintain like a lost friend or something? Yeah, they're forgetting that Accelerator is in the building. Take that away from the screen. I think abusing a monitor like that was worse than anything he could have done. Just with a sheer exhale, you can tell he's a little annoyed. Is he just going to vanish? Run away. A simple attacks that he's been making use of isn't going to work this time. Level 5, is that all? Okay, that's... Yeah, you didn't really do anything to stop him. Well, she's no better than they are. Whether you're like him or not, it matters not. Like, if you take in consideration people's past and what they've been doing. You might have just given that one away, though. Why are you bringing home mysterious women, Accelerator? And why is everyone terrified of Last Order? Something that Accelerator's now learned his place to keep quiet on. But Accelerator doesn't go to school. You know, giving away that poor snack, but going over everything that she's thinking at all points. Did that have to be slow-mo? Yes. Yes, it did. Wasting food. If you really think that you're just going to get a plain apology from Accelerator. He's not this monumental, just calamity and devastation that you believed. There's some level of humanity to him. Has she never eaten in a restaurant before? Do you not? Beef, yeah. Kind of in the name. What's she been eating up until now? A true genius when it comes to reading the menu. I mean, it's in the picture, and probably would have a brief description as well. You get the actual what you're served, and then the feeling of when you eat it. Together, they really sell whatever dish it is. Yeah, I was fairly unsurprised about most of those dishes. The tuna head was something that I didn't expect to be in like a family restaurant, but at the same point, it's not exactly all too surprising for those kind of dishes. You've just spoiled her mood accidentally. I was about to say, is it culinary science? The slow squeak of the lever as he stands up. You've got to dig a bit deeper, find out who these DA bastards are. Now, who do you know that could be knowledgeable of that side? They have some level of funding. So far, he's pretty spot on the menu, spot on the description of them. Why are you pouring it upside down? What are you doing? Stop causing a mess! Put the cup the right side up. Please. At least a note was left. Whenever you've got types with some sort of backpack or robotics going on. That's what finally takes Accelerator down. I do like how Accelerator, unlike other characters in this, just like, really? Get dressed. But it bothers her. She didn't know about getting dressed. She didn't know about food, normal foods. I see someone else who doesn't knock. He's got more to think about right now than have to worry about her. If only the anti-skill at the front desk were exactly that. Okay. So, imminently after death, maybe something he could do, but... one that, she's now going to impart the meaning or use of these charms. And so spreading understanding that's slightly off from how it was intended. Huh? Are you trying to forcibly brings one part of the soul back? Okay. It would take a lot of experimentation and failure to get up to this point, so figuring out this necromancy from the beginning would be weird. You really going through her life. Accelerator is now just getting a full rundown, isn't he? But to be able to see someone's life through your own eyes, or their own eyes, I should say. I would say there we go. The thing to come out of this would be Accelerator hearing or seeing this side of it. Evil criminal. After everything that Accelerator has experienced so far, having that just shoot through his mind. Really? But to be able to see those residual thoughts, that's actually quite scary. Okay. And not only that, but it, was reading of the dead. Once more, just something just a little bit further to give Accelerator one more push to completely dispose of them all. Oh well. It would be amusing to see what they... Really? Has Accelerator pickpocketed him? How could he possibly have gotten hold of thermos full of solution? I see they really want to get out of the way of some highly corrosive substances. That's fair enough, actually. Yep. Anyone else, sure, they would have the bluster to try and go up against them. Be a bit scary. Oh. I wonder if the Doctor can do anything now that somewhat reaffixed using a temporary medium of that charm, whatever it was called. I also wonder if the whole necromancy thing is going to take a turn and be used for something a lot more important. And also with fake anti-skill just walking around, parading themselves as anti-skill. How many of them are there? Is there some way to really differentiate them? Other than, ask them about what their form of justice is. But seeing that Necromancer has quite the past, possibly still seeing spirits. Those of the deceased, one that maybe she wasn't able to do anything about. But I will say I did not expect that little cutaway screenshot of what was inside the cabin of the truck. To be fair, I thought there'd actually be a little less than that. There were still some identifiable features. I guess really hiding tracks isn't something that they're too worried about, though. But if before Accelerator had a reason to intervene just solely because they were using the dead in their own diabolical experiments and justice, what about now when they are creating their own? Of course, they don't really see themselves as the villains in this, so Accelerator might just have to show them what a true villain is. No, since he loves doing it so much. I will also say that just watching the antics in the restaurant, just going through the menu, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this? Can I have a brief explanation of all of it? And now I'm hungry. And I do like tuna. Haven't had a full head like that, but you got to assume that at least some of that meat there is going to be quite tasty. But one thing I think we all know, exactly who to avoid at the drinks machine if they're going to do that. Not only because I don't want myself covered in a sweet, syrupy, carbonated beverage, but just because it's a mess. We see all that giant robot have a barrier protection against Accelerator and his vector changes. So at least there's something that might pose a bit of an issue for him. And I'm not sure how I feel about that character playing happy families with Last Order, because if it's just a character for this season, well, I've not seen them since. And so, you see, I think this season is going to be even greater than I thought. Each episode, more than the last, is showing things which are really driving my attention. The kind of intrigue of the science of the soul. If one can maintain bodily processes like heartbeat, blood circulation, etc., can the information stored within your brain be kept on support, as it were? As one side sees them nothing more than dolls or essentially golems, whereas our necromancer sees them more as people. How's that ideology going to go down? Where's it going to take us? How close are we going to get to recreating who they once were? All things to take into consideration, but one thing I do know. I want to see the next episode. Maybe you do too. Let me know if that's true. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe even join onto my Discord. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. Maybe not a long one though. See you in the next one. Instead of bringing unidentified purple goo in a thermos, my patrons have decided to try and help out the channel by going onto Patreon instead, which I assure you is a better way about it, and also slightly less burny. And so I need to thank Electric Ant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sal, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Ginterman, Jennifer Rojas, D. Firo, Alvin Garsan, Waha, Defender of Segs, Dark Shadow 7899, Jeremiah Demon, and everyone else. Because as far as I see it, the evidence hasn't been erased just yet. So let's see some more anime.